Hey, guys. All right. Well, we are dueling live. Let me get this all situated here. So I'm dueling live this evening because it seems like here lately, and I've already got unstable connection on TikTok. Of course I do. So it seems like here lately, anytime I have done a live stream on TikTok, it gives me unstable connection, and therefore I cannot upload it on YouTube. So I am just dueling on TikTok and YouTube tonight. So there you go. It is what it is. So fix my light here. Yeah. Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. So I didn't really celebrate this year. I don't really much anymore anyway. I had sushi and I found a place that was absolutely delightful here, and they have fruit sushi, and that made it even better. So yeah, I'm a fat happy girl right now. Yeah. So I know Miss Amanda is first as far as auras go, but before we get to that point, this is why I made sure to duel tonight, so you guys can go back and actually look at things. One of these days, I will put my jewelry back where it's supposed to go. All right. Got all the goodies on. So for those of you guys that have never watched me on TikTok, and hey, they're on YouTube, this will be the first time y'all get to see me on YouTube. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Now, I will tell you guys, if you want on my list for aura readings tonight, April's on here, Bree is on here. They're keeping track of everybody for me. If you guys have never watched me read auras on Thursday, you're in for a treat. So for those of you guys that don't know me, I am the Blue Bodhi. I am pretty much an aura expert at this point. All right. Ready? I'm going to clear some shit first. And then apparently I should grab my sign, yeah? Shit. That's what I get. That's what I get for not paying attention. We're going to blame it on my son because my son was here hanging out and I don't get to see him that much sometimes. He doesn't come over a lot because mom is just not cool anymore. So yeah. This sign I'll have to do. Okay. Well, first of all, let's clear some auras. Yeah? I'm trying to scoot back here. My chair is stuck. Okay. It is very comfy. Guys, if you have a gamer in your life, I'm going to stand up real quick because I want you to see this chair. So if you have a gamer in your life, this right here slides up and down the chair this whole way. It vibrates and it's great for your lower back. I think I paid a whopping $128 for it on Amazon. Just saying. It's fabulous. And it comes in all kinds of colors. You know, I had to get blue. So, all right. Back to what I was doing, yeah? So, do just a little bit of Reiki first. Then I don't want to clear everybody's auras yet because I'm going to be reading them. And I'll clear as we go, okay? So, how is everybody? Did you guys have a good day? I just realized I have no music on. I was like, why is it so quiet? That's why it's quiet.
Our goal.
That's why it's quiet. Can't have it quiet, yeah? Because then I have to hear my brain. Better? Noise? Yeah? I've got on some Buddhist temple sounds in the background here. They also have all kinds of other manifestations and things behind it. So I'm glad the majority of you guys have a good day. I'm so sorry to see that some of you guys said it was kind of lonely. All right. So they're pronounced two different ways, guys. Mudras or mudras. They are Buddhist hand signals, gestures, etc. They are to help center. These here are the ones I use. If you guys have ever watched me here on a live, you know these are the ones I use every time. There is a video of this on my TikTok that's pinned. I'm gifting them to you. You guys, please use them. Help center yourself, whatever you would like to do. Okay? So if you guys want to do them with me, you absolutely can. This helps anchor your energy here. I'm so sorry that you guys had a lonely day today. I spent the majority of my day alone, but at the same time, it was fantabulous. But you're here now, and there's all kinds of you here, so you're not lonely right now. You got me. I'm always here. You guys know you can't get rid of me for holidays. Come on now. And here in just a little bit, about, I think it's 10:30. Ancestors kept you company. Right on, man. About 10:30, I will be doing a full Reiki session tonight. So for those of you guys that had an interesting day, you had a lonely day, you had anything going on, you had a dream about fire yesterday after the chakra stuff. Interesting. Because fire is one of the most cleansing things that you can experience. Fire is amazingly cleansing. All right, ready? All right, let me turn this down slightly here. Actually, I'm just going to unplug this. Yeah. Well, hi, Tammy from California. How are you, love? So Reiki is something that it's now becoming more mainstream. It's starting to finally trickle down to the center of the U.S., but most cancer treatment centers, most VA hospitals, most larger hospitals in general, they do have Reiki practitioners on staff. People are starting to realize that, oh my God, it's not just treating the physical self, it's treating the spiritual self and everything else, because they have counselors, they have all kinds of other people, but treating the spiritual self and the emotional self, it's just, Reiki is an amazing way of healing the body energetically. So, well, I know I have a few people already. So I know I have Amanda first. And then I didn't see who else. So April, I'll let you, somebody let me know who all I've got. So I will totally explain the symbol on my hand. I was just going to say something else. Oh, as far as Reiki sessions go, guys, in just a little bit, once I'm done with this, about 10:30, right? Well, Central is 8 o'clock where I'm at now. 10:30 where I'm at. So 10:30 Central. I will be here on TikTok. I will be doing a complete full Reiki session for free. You guys come, enjoy, relax. Yes. Okay. Because I know everybody on the holidays gets stressed out and so on. So, all right. So Amanda, gotcha. Oh, thank you, Bree. Christina, Travis, Greer. All right. So for those of you guys that are in other countries and want to book a private reading, if you'll message the site, we'll get you on there. Okay. So the symbol on my hand, this is a shamanic soul retrieval symbol. The dots, I just like them where they are, but they represent the four elements, the fifth being the spirit. So the spiral is sacred in multiple cultures for the journey from the outside self, the ego, the id, all the bad Freud stuff, to the inner part, your soul, your spiritual self. This is for the upper world and the steps you have to take to get there. And this is for the lower world and the steps you have to take to get there. So, yeah. All right. Ready? So, Miss Amanda, where are you at? If you guys have never caught me reading auras, Auras are probably my favorite thing to do. I have a lot of celebrity clients. I travel all over the US doing this. I have 3 different forms of synesthesia. So sounds are colors to me, letters are colors to me, and touch is a color to me. I have studied color theory extensively, and I can pretty much pinpoint somebody by the color of their voice, the color of their skin, the color of their aura through here. There you are. Got you, Miss Amanda. All right. So kind of what I do when I do this, guys, and like I said, I am streaming this on YouTube too, so you guys can go back and watch it. But what I do when I do this is I pull up your profile here on TikTok. No, you don't have to have a picture of yourself. I kind of poke at you a little bit through the waves, and I'll get your aura and I'll read it, tell you what colors you are, what I see, etc. So, all right, Miss Fatty. Okay, so you're an interesting color tonight. You're a very interesting color tonight. When I first pulled your thing up, started looking at you, it was really okay. Now, and when I say this, guys, if I say black, it's not a bad thing. Okay, every color has good and bad. But when I pulled yours up, it was immediately like this dark velvet curtain, and then it kind of released slightly, and it's bright orange underneath. So black in general it's a power color. The way that yours looked, it had it like I said, it velvet. You know how velvet looks sometimes, black velvet, when you turn it, it almost has a silver sheen to it. So it tells me that you're finding yourself in a position where you have felt very powerful today. You felt amazing. I don't know if you finally got some rest, you got some good food in you, whatever it is, but you're finally in a place where you feel good. You feel powerful in the position that you're at. The orange underneath it is interesting because one of the downsides of black is that it also can put you into kind of a dark frame of mind, that powerful feeling. So the orange aspect of it is really interesting because just brilliant bright orange, that brilliant bright orange is it's very, very innovative. It's looking at things in a new way. And the fact that you had a silver shimmer to that black, silver is a very connective color. It's a very psychic connective color. It's also a color that with those other two tells me that you've kind of come to a very unique understanding of yourself lately. Whatever happened today to change it slightly has made it to where you feel more spiritually powerful than you have in a while. You had something shift in you. You had the world look different to you today. So I love that. That's an amazing thing for you, especially that bright orange. It tells me that you've really shifted how you looked at the world around you, how you look spiritually, how you look emotionally, everything. So I love that. So auras change. Yes. Everybody has multiple layers of an aura. So we'll talk a little bit about auras real quick, and then I'll get to Christina and Travis and everybody. So auras in general, the body has an electromagnetic field. This is what you can be trained. Anybody can train themselves to see that. Your field sits, let me lean over on TikTok so you can see, sits in here, anywhere from here out. People that are very spiritual, very religious, theirs tends to sit way out here, like they glow. I'm glad, Amanda. Your electromagnetic field can change continually. If you're around somebody very, very negative, you say you have to sit next to them at the dinner table and their aura is just, bleh, it will stick to you. It will get on you. If you guys have ever played with magnets, that's kind of how it is. That's why when you get around somebody that's very negative, you catch yourself like doing this. You catch yourself moving away from them. This is also the basis for body language. You pick up on other people's electromagnetic fields all the time. You don't realize you do. Your body's a magnet. So underneath that, though, there are other layers. Everybody has anywhere from 6 to 8 different layers from their core out to that electromagnetic field. You have the core, you have a spiritual layer, you have an emotional, a mental, you have an etherical layer, and then you have this layer that there is this humongous scientific name for it, and I fucking can't pronounce it. It pisses me off every time, but I just call it the underlayer. But they have been seen. I'm trying to remember the type of, it's not a FLIR, but it's a different type of camera where you can actually take pictures of it. Not the Aura cameras you see. This is like a crazy, in-depth scientific camera, but it's also a psychological study. So if you guys really go on and you study the layers of the aura, it's really fascinating. It's really fascinating. And being that I have synesthesia and I notice when I touch somebody, I get a color. When I hear their voice, I get a color. I usually get a pattern, a shape. I've learned to read those and I've honed that skill. Like I said, I can pinpoint anybody by the color of their voice or their skin feel. So I do need to release another video to show you guys how I do my aura drawings, because that's what I travel around doing. I'm the only one in the US that does what I do at this point. There used to be a couple others, but not anymore. So, okay. Miss Amanda, I have Christina Travis Greer, and then I know I have other people on here that I wasn't paying attention to because I saw all these things like back and forth. So if one of my moderators would pull me up on there, let me know who else I've got. And then Miss Christina, where are you at? I lost my train of thought for a minute. I was like, there you are, girlie. How are you? Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Woo, you had an interesting Thanksgiving. So I don't even have to answer that. Okay, let me hold your message right there, April. So I'm going to hold April's message real quick so I can write my list down in just a second. But so Christina, when I pulled your picture up, like right off the bat, I got smacked with blue, like a very, not quite the color of my cup, but it kind of in here, this color in here. I mean, I got smacked with it. So I didn't even have to ask how your Thanksgiving was, because that tells me that you're in super mama bear protective mode, because that's all I got was just bam, like right in my face, this humongous blue. So unsure what happened today, but that right there tells me that you're in super protective mode. You're in super protective mode. So, and the shade of blue that it is, it's not just protective mode, but it's a little bit of a pissed off protective mode. So I am going to have to scroll down because I want to see what's going on here. So that shade of blue, yes, it is absolutely a protective. Every color has multiple shades, and each shade has a different meaning. That color of blue in general is very protective. It's trying to calm things down. It's trying to look at things in a unique way. The way that it smacked me, the way that it came at me like that, that right there, you can't see the PayPal. Sorry about that. The way that it smacked me, it's also a back off. It was a back the fuck off. And I know you didn't mean it that way, Christina. It's just, you must have had that mode going on today. So I'm kind of curious what happened today, because that's something I've talked to you a lot. And so that's something I've never experienced from you. So I don't know what peaked that mama bear up there today, but it's pretty in your face. So I'm curious what happened today, Christina, because oh my goodness, that was crazy. It was very, got it. Okay. Yes, it does make sense. It does. So that was just a very interesting color for you, because usually you're multiple colors. This was just boom, bright blue in my face, and there was no color behind it. So you've got some walls you've put up around yourself, around pretty much everybody. So I want you to hang out for a little bit and let me kind of clear your aura and help you out a little bit, because Yeah, babe, that's a hardcore thing, and you need to take a breath and get to a lighter blue. We need to get you to a lighter blue, okay? All right, so Greer, it's Amy C. Okay. Ray, Angela. Oh, thank you, love. I love all the space things here on TikTok now. Y'all have no idea. Barbara. And then Barbara M. Tracy. Amy. Is there 2 Amy C's? Eduardo, Patricia. And guys, I will not try to hit my phone again. Sorry. Guys, I will clear auras as I go. Okay. Just one Amy. Okay. Gotcha. I had Amy C on there twice. So I was like, is there 2? Like, what's up here? Y'all, you got a clone? Like, what's up with that? So, Travis, where are you at, love? Yeah, Christina, you definitely need to get cleansed down. So. You're fired, April. I don't want to tell you. I'm just kidding. There's Travis. All right. You kind of hit me some interesting colors there, Travis. Okay. Trying not to continue to move this. Okay. I know I can't fire April. I've got to have multiple Bodhi Wranglers. Okay, so Travis, you hit me some interesting colors there. So when I first pulled up your TikTok and had you right there, it's like I got hit with this like red orange right off the bat, and then it kind of pulled back, and then I got a white, and then I got purple underneath it, and then white again. It was like red, orange, bam, bam. And then they kind of did this for a minute and there was nothing. And then it was like white. And then this beautiful kind of medium, not quite medium purple hit me. And then white again. So what that tells me, the red orange there is okay, let's break it down. So red is a very action oriented color. And that red in particular was almost a fire engine, but a little bit brighter, like a metallic fire engine. I'm trying to think of the best way, like metallic fire engine red. So that color in particular is very goal oriented, very action oriented. Like, I don't want to sit still. I need to be moving. I need to be doing something. Action, 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 action. It's also a very all or nothing color. Those kind of red people always let you know where you stand with them. They either like you or they don't like you. There's really not an in between. Like, they don't just go, nah, they're okay. No, they like you or they hate you. But with it, though, you're very passionate about the things that you do love. You're also very passionate about the things that you don't like. But it's literally all or nothing. It's yes or no. It's black or white. There's no gray. However, those kind of red people are amazing people to have on your side because they always will tell you exactly what they think. They're very honest to a fault sometimes. The orange there is very interesting because it wasn't quite that orange that I saw with Amanda, where hers was really bright orange. Yours is more of it was almost a red orange, but not quite, like a shade under red orange, if that makes sense. So that color in particular tells me that you have something interesting rolling around in that little noggin of yours. You've got some really good idea. When I see orange in general, it's a very innovative color. So the fact that it kind of blends in with the red a little bit tells me that you've got a new idea brewing in that noggin there, and you're not quite ready to let it to the forefront because the red hit and then the orange hit behind it like this. So even though I could see it and I saw it come up behind there, you're not ready to quite put it out there what this idea is. You're still wrapping your head around everything, but it's got you really, really excited to where you're like, I want to do it right now. But you're forcing yourself to kind of look at everything before you jump on it. Then what I love is I get hit with the white, the purple, and then the white again. So the first white I got hit with was a very bright, bright white. that color in general, that's your protective layer. I love that. Like, you wrap yourself in light because it was a beautiful color and it's one that I don't see very much. White is a learning color. It's a spiritual color, but that color in particular, and the way that it came, it didn't come at me. It just kind of flowed like this, but it was holding these other aspects behind here. So you have this personality, the red, the orange, and then you have all this stuff behind it. This is the you kind of keep under wraps back here. So you have an amazing protection in place there, that white. Right behind it is that purple. And like I said, it's just a shade under medium purple. That color in particular is very spiritual. It leans more toward the spiritual side than the creative side, but it's both. But the white behind it was more of a pearl color. You have a massive amount of energy, because even talking about these, I get a headache like right here, right around this eye. It kind of goes into my temple a little bit, but it's mainly around here. You have a massive amount of energy, dude. Like a massive amount of energy. And I think you kind of try to keep it under wraps because you've learned that you can overwhelm people very, very easily with it. The pearl color is a very, very spiritual color. It tells me that you are really striving to learn everything you can. It's about 5 more minutes. I can put it down for a minute if you want me to. But it tells me that you're trying to learn every single thing you can about yourself spiritually. That's what the pearl tells me. So I'm curious if you've ever been told about your energy, or if you know you overwhelm people because as soon as I mentioned it, like, it stopped. So that's how I know it wasn't me. It was something from there. But yeah, it's very interesting. So you know that. I love it. It's fabulous. And I love that you have protections in place, and you kind of keep yourself protected back there. Like, that's fucking fabulous. Most people don't have a very solid protection like that. So, all right. Well, I'm going to take it down for just a minute, and then we'll put it back up here in a little bit. So, all right, Miss Greer, where are you at, love? Well, I love that. And I always hate this when I'm just trying to tap on something. Like, I'm just trying to tap on something. It's killing me. I'm just trying to follow you. That's all. Shit. There we go. Well, I hope you stick around for a minute too, Travis, because I don't want to completely clear that idea you've got rolling around out, but maybe I can help at least clear some of the blockages, because it feels like there's something that's kind of stuck a little bit that you aren't sure how to move forward with to fully implement this idea. So maybe I can help you in that aspect. So, all right, Ms. Greer. Well, Miss Greer, you're absolutely fantastically beautiful this evening. You, like, when I pulled up your picture, I think that I know I've read you before, and I think that you were similar to this before. It's like your aura kind of washes down like this. Whereas most people, it comes at me, or I just see a swatch. Yours washes down on top of you like this. And it was this just gorgeous lavender color. And then it had this beautiful turquoise on top of it. And they kind of start mixing together. It's like if somebody were able to pour light on you and just let it wash down over you. Like, it's fucking gorgeous, girl. So that purple in general, like, I actually have goosebumps. I know you probably can't see them, but I have goosebumps and just describing it because it's just beautiful. So that purple, that lavender color in general, it's very, very nostalgic. It's very sentimental. So something has piqued that in you today, whether it was being around family, whether it was just the day in general, whatever it is, something has piqued that in you today. It's absolutely beautiful, Greer. It's absolutely beautiful. That turquoise color. Turquoise is both the green and the blue together. This one is more of a very, very light turquoise. Like, it's very 80s, very 80s pastel, and it's fabulous. But that tells me it's very you're all about being very calm today. You're all about being very peaceful, very happy, very nostalgic, very loving. So you've had a wonderful day today. Like you just mentally, emotionally had a wonderful day today. I love that. And I love that your aura, the shape of it doesn't really change. It tells me that because I remember when auras look like that. And I remember before I've read you and yours literally, it just cascades down over you. It tells me that you're very, very firm in who you are and not in like a dickheady way. You're very firm and grounded in who your soul is, and that's fabulous. That's absolutely fabulous. Like I loved it. I love it. I love seeing you on here. Miss Amy C, where are you at? So I have Amy Ray, Angela, Barbara P, then Barbara M. I have more on my list. Well, thank you. So this is a shamanic pie stone. This one is blue serpentine. It's a little harder to find. If you guys are not on my mailing list, or if you're just interested in doing some Black Friday shopping, I do have these. I don't have blue serpentine. Blue serpentine is very hard to find, but I do have pie stones that will be live on the site at midnight. And if you guys are not ready to Black Friday shop, or maybe you're itching for it. At midnight, I have over 30 products that are going to be released. I have some amazing specials. So I will send out the email once more. So if you guys go get on the list right now, it's like 25% off of everything all weekend. That includes my services, my classes, everything. I don't have Moldavite, but I do have some black tektite. I have pendants and raw stones. They will be live on the site at midnight tonight. So yes. Okay. So, hi, there's Amy C. I was just kind of waiting for you to pop up. I said that because as I saw you and I went to tap on you, so like you went up, I was like, no, where'd you go? Okay. All right, Miss Amy. Well, all right, Miss Amy. You are absolutely just, you're very earthy, very grounded, and here's what's funny when I say earthy. Okay. So when I pull up your little face and I look at you, and you just have the cutest little face, by the way. So you have this beautiful green that kind of swoops in like this, but then you have this blue that comes down. So it's like green and blue. And then you have this line in the middle that's kind of a golden brown color, almost a bronze, but not metallic-y. It's the only way I don't know, it's the only way I can describe it. Bronze, but not bronze. So does that make sense? But the green here, it was a very beautiful, deep olive green. So that right there tells me that you have really been trying to keep yourself grounded lately because of how it's swatched like this. You've really been trying to keep yourself grounded lately, which is two things, two reasons there. One is something had you thrown off kilter and you're learning how to be grounded. And two, you've learned that when you are grounded, it's much easier to traverse the world a little bit. But that green also is very earth toned. It's very calming. It's very solid. So that with the other two colors, tells me that you have a lot of people coming to you lately that have all of the problems in the world and they want you to fix them. The blue is it really was a beautiful sky blue, and it's very calm and very peaceful, very firm. So the only problem about that blue is that sometimes it can be a little cold. So you get overwhelmed with people coming in and like, oh my God, I have this problem. Fix me. And so you've got that kind of copper buffer color in there to keep those two colors from clashing. Because yes, you want to help and you want to stay grounded and your awesome self. But at the same time, you're like, I still need my chill. Like, I don't need these mixing together. So I love that. Like, it's very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Oh, good. I'm glad. And I just want to say, and I will tell you, I will tell a lot of you guys this, that I'm proud of you for different things, because that green, the way that green is there and how it's starting to swoop down like this, tells me that you've really been working on making sure you are grounded and going forward. And I love that, because not a lot of people are able to do that. So I really, really love it, sweetheart. All right, Ray, where are you at, love? I had to take my sign down for a minute and catch up, and I will put it back up in a minute. I'm going to do Ray and then Angela. And before I get to the Barbaras, I will clear some auras, okay? I usually wait till about, 5 or 10 and then go down. There's Ray. I have to be careful not to move my phone too much. Oh, you are just a little bubblegum ray of sunshine. So here's something I love when I open up some people's profiles and I I get your aura right off the bat like that, like Ray there. Ray's aura was like, here I am, like just like boom. And I love it because it tells me that you are just an amazing, outgoing person. I would bet you probably don't know a stranger and you talk to everybody. And I would bet you have always been that way, because man, it's just this beautiful, it's like this huge bubble of bubble gum pink that just goes boop, right at you like that. And it's got a little bit of blue back in here, but it's like a baby blue. So let's talk about the pink first. So pink people they're peacemakers, they're mediators, they're happy. They try to be happy. With you, yours is kind of interesting because of that little blue swatch that's way back in here. It also tells me that instead of being so you're middle of the road pink. Some people that are very light pink, they get taken advantage of a lot because they just give too much of themselves. Whereas the darker pink, they tend to kind of be dickheads at times. You're like the perfect pink. So you have no problem being a mediator. You have no problem making sure everybody's happy. Like, you want everybody around you to be happy. But you also have no problem telling somebody, you need to go ahead and shut the fuck up right now, or I'm going to walk away. And then you'll walk away, because that blue sits back here. And it tells me that you've learned to be very protective of that pink. You've learned to be very protective of your inner peace. And you keep it very tight back here. And if somebody is pushing that bubble, pushing that pink, and they're pushing on that inner peace, you're out. Like, I'm out. So the only thing I would say is it's very small. That blue is very small back there. Sweet pea, be pulling that. Be expanding it. Be really, really working towards that inner peace. And if you need to put you up another color, a wall in between there, so people don't get to it, then absolutely do that. But that pink color right there is just fantabulous. It's like the perfect mix of, yes, I will help you and I will mediate and I will be fair and find the bottom of it. And I'm still going to walk the fuck away if you're going to abuse that. So I love that. Good for you. Good for you. So guard that inner peace and let it grow, babe. Okay. You don't always have to mediate for the whole world. I promise. All right. Miss Angela, where are you at, sweet pea? And then I'm going to clear auras. And then I have the Barbaras. I have two Barbaras, Tracy, Eduardo, and Patricia. And then I'll have to get my other list. I love you too. You are so welcome, sweetheart. So Miss Angela, where are you at, love? And then I'll clear some auras. Is that you right there, Genesis? Well, hi, guys that are just joining. Yay. So my website is thebluebodhi.com. And if you guys go to it, there's a little pop-up that'll ask you to join the mailing list. You don't have to, but I will send out the Black Friday email again right around midnight when I get done with my next live, or maybe in between. Maybe both. Probably both. All right, Angela. Okay, first of all, it took me a second to get in there. You have like a massive wall up. Wow. Okay. So, Angela Sweet Pea, I wish there's a lot of times when I read people's auras on here that I wish they were in front of me so I could just give them like the biggest fucking hug ever. So when I'm reading yours, it took me a second to get in there because you have a wall. You have a humongous titanium brick wall up there. And when I see something like that it doesn't come at me, it's just there. And I have to like really kind of push and push and push and push to see behind it. So when I see that tells me that's a trauma response. So I'm sorry. And I wish you were in front of me so I could give you the biggest hug ever. So I love that I already said I'm going to clear auras after you because this is the perfect time. But that wall, I mean, it took me a minute to get behind it. So you've had that wall up for a long time. Like you have that wall up. It's there. It takes a lot for somebody to get trust enough to get behind that wall. And I still don't think you let people behind that wall really. But behind that wall, so sometimes the only way I can explain is to give you guys visuals. Okay. So here's the wall. Behind it is a field. It's just blank. It's like a blank field. Okay. This field is like the size of the US. It's like way back. Like you keep yourself way back here. You put up this wall and this front and here because this part back here, and it's like super tiny. Like it took me a while to get to you back there. I got you, but it took me a while to get to you. But you're way back here and you keep things little bitty. So I'm going to let your secret out of the bag because you ready? Sweet Pea, you have an amazing yellow color in there. You have this amazing yellow marble back there. Yellow people are people that their core is just, it's a ray of sunshine to those around them. So the fact that you keep it so locked up back there and that it takes so much for somebody to get to it tells me that too many people took advantage of that either when you were younger or as whatever. They absolutely took advantage of that. And so you keep it in this little bitty marble pouch at the other side of the United States from that wall. So if somebody is lucky enough to get past that titanium wall, and I say titanium because that's the color it is. So that color in general, let me talk about that for a minute, and then we're going to talk about that marble. So I'm all over the place. Sorry. So that titanium, it's a very spiritual, protective color. So that tells me that color and that wall, it tells me that you have an amazing gift. I would not be surprised if you're a dark empath, which is somebody that unfortunately has had their empathic abilities just trounced, whether it's been somebody that was narcissistic, whatever it is. So you've done a lot of shadow work. You're very good friends with your shadow and the dark part of yourself. So that wall there, you're very, very protective of yourself psychically. You're also very protective of others psychically. So if you do have anybody that gets even into the wall a little bit, much less behind it, or if they ever get to that marble back there, you would fight tooth and nail. You would fight every person in the world to protect them. So I love that, sweetheart. You are someone that anyone at all would be lucky to have as a friend. And I'm sorry that you have to keep your yellow marble so far back there because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just such a beautiful color. So beautiful. So try to let more people see that yellow. Try to let more people see that yellow. Okay, before I get to the Barbaras, let's clear some auras. How close was I, Angela? Sometimes I can't see the comments. I don't pay attention because I'm like blah, 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 blah. But all right. So, gonna clear auras, okay? And for those of you guys that I'm reading this evening, I am dual streaming this on YouTube because TikTok has been really kind of being an ass lately and making sure that anytime I do energy work on here, I get unstable connection. Like right now, unstable connection. You do absolutely have this beautiful little marble, yellow, beautiful marble back there. All right, guys. All right. I have Barbara P. and Barbara. So April, here's who I've got on my list. I have Barbara P, Barbara M, Tracy, Eduardo, and Patricia. So will you let me know who else is on there? Because I know there's a lot. And then Miss Barbara P, you're in the hot seat. You ready? So if you'll pop up and tell me where you are so I can see your cute little face. Well, cute little energy, I guess. There you are. I know somebody asked a while ago what were my favorite readings to do on here. It would have to be auras. I fucking love reading auras. I love reading auras because it's like I get to know all of you guys on a pretty intricate level. So if I've ever read your aura, we're friends. Like I'm just letting you know we're friends. Whew. Okay. So Barbara, yours was very interesting. It kind of hit me like this, like really quickly. April, let me hold or Nikki. Where was it? There it is, April. Let me hold your comment up there. So I'll look at comments in just a second. But Barbara, yours was very interesting. It was like green, pink, blue. I mean, it was pretty quick. It took me a second to get there. Like I had to sit and kind of look for a minute, but it took me a second to get there. But then, and it was literally like, okay, so you know when you take a paintbrush and you smack it and you draw it down like that, and so it makes the brush strokes. That's kind of how it looked, but like opposite. So like the brush strokes are up here, and so like that. But that's the part that hit first. So it was like green, pink, blue. So what's interesting is the green was a very, very bright grass green, which is a very nature loving color. Is a very, very nature loving color. Very connected with trees, very connected with the earth, very connected with everything around you, seeing all the synchronicities, all the connections, etc. The pink was similar to Ray's pink, but a little bit more dusty. So that tells me that, and I love that it's between your green and your blue also. So that tells me that the dusty part tells me you've had your pink taken advantage of a little too much. But at the same time, you do try to play mediator, except you're not the one that's going to tell people, okay, you need to fuck the fuck off. You just walk away. Like you will just stop talking and walk away. Like if somebody's not listening, if you're trying to mediate, if you're trying to do any of this stuff, you're trying to help someone and they're like, you can tell when they're not listening and you're just like, okay, I'm out. And you just don't say where you walk away. We're kindred spirits there. But the blue behind it, it started off as almost a midnight blue and then lightened up very quickly. It was like dark light. Like that's how quickly it was. So I don't know if you felt me poking at you and you kind of like bristled up a minute or what, but because the darker the blue, the more protective it is. And the lighter the blue, the more calm and inner peace it is. So the fact that I got dark blue off the bat was like very protective. And then the other blue that it faded to was a very beautiful, calm, inner peace. I keep getting the word reliable. Like you're a very reliable person. If you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. So I really love those colors. I love the shape of them too. Like they were beautiful. They were beautiful. Okay. So let me put these on here. So after Patricia, I have Veronica, and then I'll scroll down and see the comments. Elizabeth. April. April D. Okay. Tara. Candace. Abra. Chelsea. Gotcha. Okay. Ooh, 18 new messages. Yeah. All right. So let me scroll back up here. Aloha, love. So, all right, Miss Barbara P. How close was I on there? I always like to hear or see April and my moderators. If you guys don't follow them, you should. They are fucking fabulous. So, all right, Miss Barbara, you ready? So, Miss Barbara P, let me know. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, it caught for a minute. Like, I was like, oh, okay. I love your colors, babe. And one thing I love about yours too is they're very matter of fact. They were very firm. They weren't like, they didn't fade at the edges. Even though I said it was like brush strokes, they don't fade. It's just like color. Does that make sense, guys? When I say like they don't fade, it's just color. So you're very firm in those colors and very firm in who you are. And I really, really love that. I really, really love that. So, all righty, Miss Barbara, let me scroll back up here. I love that I had two Barbaras right in a row. Okay, Miss Barbie Barbara. I'm going to say this off the bat, and then I'm going to talk about your auras, because whenever I first pulled your picture up and I was looking at you, it's like immediately I had to pull down like this. I had to look down, and then it took me a second to pull back up. So, Sweet Pea, you need to have more confidence in yourself, okay? You need to own that self-confidence. I know you put it out there, but inside, you're the fake it till you make it person. And you do a great job of it. But the fact that I had to do this, it tells me that you have had someone just absolutely trounce your self-confidence and your self-worth, like sling it through the mud, dance all over it, cha-cha, merengue, like all of it, all over your self-confidence and your self-worth. And you're really trying to put your best face forward with it. So here in a little bit, I'll get down just a little bit further. And if you hang out and stay for a little bit, I usually clear everybody's negative energy, their negative, the bullshit that's stuck to them. And sweetheart, you absolutely need that. You absolutely need that. You take on way too much. So, okay. Now let's talk about your colors. I had to get that out of the way first. So let's talk about your colors. So you have kind of an interesting array. You have a very, very beautiful, almost lime green color, and it sits like this. It's almost like a crescent moon shape around this side. And then under here, you just have this jumble of other colors everywhere. So, I mean, it took me a second because they just pop like this. So here's my other question, and it may be a little personal, and I'm sorry, but do you have ADD or ADHD? Because it was just like this, like all just color. Either that or you're really overwhelmed right now, baby. But let's start with the green, and then we'll talk about all of these. You have this just beautiful, like I said, just lime green color. That color right there, I'm curious to know what you do for a living here in just a second, because green is a healing color. When I see that color of green, it tells me that you actively work at healing. You actively work at healing other people, yourself, etc. You're in an awakening. Okay, gotcha. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So that color right there, it's very, very healing. It's one of those colors that tells me no matter what you had planned in your life, you were going to be a healer. you were destined to be a healer. If you didn't become a nurse, you would have been a therapist. You wouldn't have been a pharmacist. Like you would have been drawn to something that's healing other people. Like you would have just been drawn to it. So I love that you said you're on an awakening. That actually makes a lot of sense for the ping, 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 ping colors, because a lot of times when we hit our awakening and we start delving down the rabbit hole, there's so much there, we get overwhelmed. It's like, I need to learn everything all the time. I need to be learning something. Like you just can't not learn. And you get overwhelmed really quickly, because in the spiritual world, it encompasses so damn much. It's not even funny. So when you first start on your path, it's like you get so overwhelmed. It's like 2 million people talking to you at the same time about different topics. So you have no idea which way to go. You're like, okay, I like this. And then as you're going down this rabbit hole, it's like 90 other things come up and you're like, oh, I like all these too. And so then you start going down all of these and it gets overwhelming. So I'm curious, before you popped on here, were you looking at other videos? Were you like reading and researching? Because it was just so much like everywhere. And it's all different colors. Like it's hard for me to even pick out certain colors because it was just so much. I mean, baby blue, light blue, dark blue, orange, yellow. I mean, it was just boom, 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 boom. So that's why I was like, do you have ADHD? Because man, it just, I mean, it's really, really cool. It tells me that you're okay. Being overwhelmed with the spiritual aspect. Gotcha. Okay. Guys, here's what I always recommend to people that are just getting into their spiritual path. Fall down the rabbit hole. Give yourself permission once a day, whatever. Give yourself permission to fall down the rabbit hole, whether it's, set an alarm for an hour, set an alarm for 10 minutes, however long you're going to give yourself permission for, and just let the algorithm on TikTok, on Google, on YouTube, whatever it is, just let the algorithm take you where you need to go. Because so YouTube is a great example of it, because you have all those suggested videos down the side and you can start to see the theme, like with me, if I'm listening to meditation music, I get all this stuff over here. And then randomly there's that one thing that sticks out. It's just like that Sesame Street song goes off in your head. One of these things is not like the other. And you're like, I'm going to click that. That's what I always end up doing, is I will look and see what the algorithm is telling me. Like, here's all these other videos. Here's 10 that are kind of like what you're watching now, but this one is different. I always am like, what's that one? And then I fall down the rabbit hole again. So give yourself permission to do that. And while you guys are doing this, make a list of the things you come across that you don't like, because you're going to start coming across stuff that you're like, or you like it, but you're like, it's just not me. I don't really feel drawn to learn that right now. And admit that, because a lot of people on their spiritual path, or people that are spiritual advisors or whatever, they do try to learn everything and it gets overwhelming. And I'm guilty of it too. When I first started on my spiritual path, I was like, I'm learning all of it. You cannot physically learn all of it. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has one main gift. Find that and really hone that, and still learn about the rest, still learn about the other stuff. I'm not saying don't, but you'll learn very quickly in what is the best thing for you to do and what is not. So with me, like, I'll happily admit, like, I am not an astrologer. I love it. It's fascinating as fuck. I am not an astrologer. I am also not a numerologist. I love it. It is not my talent. It is not my strong suit. So I will still read my horoscopes and everything like that. But yeah, I will still read for the signs every week. But it's yeah. I can't tell you. I can tell you who's compatible with Capricorns as far as love wise, and that's about it. So there you go. So don't stress about trying to learn everything, Barbara. Okay, honey. All right, Miss Tracy, where are you at, love? I know I get off on a tangent sometimes with some of this stuff, so I'm sorry. Dear Chelsea, it's Shannon. Okay. Tara. You are welcome, sweetheart. Tara M. Rebecca. Katie. Okay. Yep. I need to get going, right? Because I do have a live Reiki session at 10:30, so I need to stop talking so much. Wow, Miss Tracy, you're beautiful, beautiful royal purple color. Woo. You are a beautiful royal purple color. Just all over. Like it didn't hit me. It didn't sling in there, nothing. It just right over. So that color in particular, I've learned that the darker the purple is, the more creative it is. So your mods are freezing there. Yeah, I'm on it. So I love that. I love that deep color of purple because it tells me that there's something very creative rolling around in that noggin of yours. Underneath of that, though, what's really cool about it is it's also got a little bit of a spiritual flow underneath. So I'm curious what it is that this creative outlet of yours is, because it's getting you to a place where you're able to start melding those two together. The only thing about that purple that I would say to be careful with is sometimes that purple tends to shut off the rest of the world. Like you get so focused in what you're creating, what you're doing, what you're learning, your spiritual aspect, that you shut the rest of the world out. Like you put a box up and you're just like, yeah, I'm in here and this is what I'm doing right now and nothing else matters, which can be good. Especially, I mean, I know sometimes I get in creative mode and it's like there is nothing else outside. It's just what I'm creating. So I love that. Just make sure that you're not pushing people away too much. But the fact that it's just that one beautiful purple color, I absolutely love it. I'm curious what it is that you've been doing today, because it's just extremely creative and beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. So yeah, it's just absolutely, absolutely beautiful, love. I'm curious to know what you do for a living now, Tracy, because people that have that kind of purple, they have a hard time sitting in a 9-to-5 job. They have a hard time being like normal people. They automatically kind of live a little bit outside of the norm. I had to put my snake ring on. So, aw. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry. Or, I mean, sometimes it's a good cry. You're in research. Okay. Okay. I see the creativeness. Okay. I get that. People think that creativeness is only painting or writing or drawing or whatever. It is absolutely not. Every job, every skill, everything has a creative aspect to it. Research is an amazingly creative thing. Math is an amazingly creative thing. And I know everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, it's math. No, those are those people that are mathematicians that work on insanely hard problems. You have to have an amazing amount of creativity to find new ways to do things. Research, etc. It's literally all creativity because you are researching, you're innovative, you're trying to find a new way to do something, to fix something. So I love that you're that purple and that's what you do. I love that. It's like perfect. I love it. I love it. So Eduardo, are you here, love? I had Eduardo and Patricia. Music is math. Yeah. Is that you right here, love? All right. Yeah, there we go. No, I just got a little I've still got a few on my list. I'm about halfway down my list right now. I'm trying to get there. I get excited reading auras. I can't help it. If you guys saw yourselves the way I see you, no one would ever be able to tell you that you are not absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. I'm just saying. No one would ever be able to tell you that. Ooh. All right, Eduardo, you ready? Bye, Time Dragon. I'm glad you stopped by, love. So, you are my first sunset of the evening. Actually, it's more like a sunrise because I had someone send me a picture the other day. One of the things I love about Oklahoma is that the sunrises and sunsets here, they can just bring you to your knees. They're so beautiful. Not saying they're not beautiful everywhere, but Eduardo love, you are just this beautiful meld of gold and yellow and orange, and it's got a tint of maroon at the edge. It kind of flows like this. So I want to start with the maroon and go down because I do. So because the maroon is kind of what hits people first. With me, the gold hit first, but the maroon is what hits people first. So the maroon is kind of your tough guy, tough, gangster self out there. And I don't mean it that way, but like if you watch Goodfellas, like it's kind of like that. Like that's your like, what are you looking at, self? That's that maroon out there. It's very, very defensive, very all or nothing. But what I love is it's like this big, it's little bitty. So underneath that, it starts to fade to this just beautiful, beautiful orangey. And I mean, it's just like paint. It's just glorious, love. It's like if somebody squirted lines like the colors and then took a cloth and just wiped like this, and it literally makes this thing like this. So all these colors, like there's no end and beginning to them. They just melt together. So one thing I love about the orange you have is you are a very smart person. You are a very smart person. You play it off though. You like for people to think that you're not as smart as you really are. I see you. So you like for people to think that you're just a little dumber than you actually are. You like them to underestimate you. Like you're a little ornery too. But that color, that orange is very, very innovative, very, very, very unique. It's very unique because it fades down into this other color. Like it's there. But the yellow that it fades to, like you are just a life of the party person. When you're on, when you're performing and you're on, you are just a life of the party person. And I would bet that your energy is just absolutely contagious when you're around people that stoke the good part of your energy. Now, don't get me wrong. I think when they stoke the bad part of your energy, that it's contagious as well. And you are one of those people that when you speak, when you try to get things worked up or whatever, you can get people worked up in any way. You can get them happy, you can get them pissed off, you can get them sad. Like your words have a lot of power. The gold in there though, at the very base of it, here's why you're able to do all those things. And this is why I wanted to work backwards from that maroon. You are a words healer, love. So your words have more weight than you realize. That gold is like it's a master healer color, and being under that yellow, you can use your words to create or destroy. So be very careful in how you use them. Words healers are those that in speaking, in writing, etc., what you say, what comes out of your mouth, what comes out of the pen is it is. So if you're speaking and you're wanting someone to be happy, they're going to be happy. If you're speaking and you want them angry, they're going to be angry. If you want them to be very introspective and look at stuff, then that's what they're going to be. So you have an amazingly wonderful skill there. So be using it. Be using it for the right reasons. Be using it for the right reasons. Use it for yourself too. It's not selfish. All right, Patricia, where are you at, love? You heard that before? I'll bet. I'll bet. It's a fabulous gift to have. It's an absolutely fabulous gift to have. You're welcome so much. You're welcome so much. I'm trying to pull you up. My finger keeps hitting the damn thing. All right. There you are. There you are. Woo, aren't you a fireball? All right, Miss Trisha, you are like a little fireball. It's kind of funny after a sunset having a fireball, because yours, what hit me when I first started looking at yours, it's like it kind of okay. So say my head is kind of where the middle of your profile picture is. Okay, so it's like this beautiful red, and it kind of hits right here. It hits, and then it goes like that, and then underneath, it's got like this line of pink about this big. So, but it's just funny. It's just like bam, this fireball of red. So, but it's a good red. It's more of like a cherry red, like a bright red. No, not cherry, tomato. More like a tomato red. Now I want tomatoes. At least I'm not wanting candy yet. Okay, so back on track, Mandy. What I love about it is that it tells me you have a very big personality, but you hide it. It's because that pink, it's like this buffer layer. And this pink is very, very pretty. It's very, very sweet, very innocent like. So people underestimate you for a different reason. Whereas Eduardo likes for people to underestimate him. People underestimate you because you have. See, this always makes me sad that the world has made it to where you feel like you're not quite to Angela level because she puts out, bam, that wallop. But you've kind of had to hide that red part of yourself. But you let it out very, very easy. Don't get me wrong. You're a very peaceful person at heart. You've learned to keep the peace. You've learned to, when people around you are wound up, they're screaming, they're yelling, or whatever it is, or people fighting, like you've learned to try to keep the peace, to say what you need to say, to vacate the area, etc. Which I find interesting because reds usually would jump right in that. But the color of red that you are, it's very unique in that even though reds are all or nothing, they're very outgoing, very funny, awesome to be around people. They're very, very wonderful people to have on your side, especially if you're having a lot of issues, you're in the dumpster, you're just not feeling yourself, etc. Red people are always able to pick you up. They are always able to make you laugh. They're always able to pull you out of that funk. Like that's just a red people talent. Like y'all are able to do it. So you are a wonderful friend to have because not only do you have that peaceful aspect, but you have this this amazing ability to pull people out of their own shell. You just have to get past the trust issue because that line there between the pink and the red, and there's a line, it doesn't fade, there's a line. So it tells me that you don't show people who you are right off the bat. You don't show people who you are right off the bat. Because I don't know if you've had people take advantage of your friendship, or if you've just been told that. I have a feeling it's the second one more than the first one, where you've been told too much to tone it down, that you were too much, you were too loud, you were too talky, whatever it is. But Sweet Pea, don't tone it down. Don't tone down yourself. Don't tone down your soul. Guys, don't tone down your soul. So let's see. Where's Miss Veronica? We'll do Miss Veronica, and then let me do Veronica and Brianna, and then I'll cleanse auras again. So for those of you guys that are you are so welcome, Trish, honey. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. And if you guys wait till midnight, I have 30 new products that will be released, including 3 limited edition boxes, and there's only like 10 to 15 of each of them. I have a lunar box, a golden healer box, and a blue raven shamanic box, and all of them come in a warded keepsake box for Christmas. Like, yeah. So those, and I have a ton of other things that are going up. They'll be released at midnight tonight for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that stuff. I also have some amazing specials. So we will send out the email a couple of times. So if you guys want to join the list, make sure you get on it so you can get the codes for all the Black Friday stuff. So yes. All righty. So Miss Veronica, where are you at, sweet pea? Make sure you guys follow my moderators because they're fabulous. Miss Brianna, where are you at? And I will. So if you guys are on my list and you have to go for a minute, if you'll let one of my moderators know, then they can kind of mark their list, because that way, like next week, or if you guys, there you are. Are you Brianna, Miss Queen? If you would like to bundle something together, I don't have that on there right now just because I have some really good specials this weekend. So for example, all weekend, everything, classes, not the boxes, but classes, services, everything else on the site will be 25% off. So there's not really a way to, but if you're wanting to get it as a gift for somebody, if you want to message the site, we'll figure it out. I'm happy to do whatever, because I understand money and gifts at Christmas. So, woo, girl, you are like an 80s neon rave, and it's fucking fabulous. All right, Miss Brianna. By the way, I love that spelling of that name. My sister's name is Brianna. One of my moderators' name is Brianna. I love it. Okay, so you are just gorgeous. Okay, first of all, because as I'm looking at you, and what's funny is it took a second. Okay, when I pulled your picture up, it took a second, and then it was like pop, pop. It was like neon green, neon pink. It was funny. It was like and it was literally like shapes. It was really cool, like this big green square, and then it's like this pinpoint of pink, just like bam. It was really, really cool. It was really cool. Okay. Like it made me excited. It made me want to like play some George Michael and dance around my house. Like, it's really, really cool. But like I said, it took a minute. It took a minute. You have a little bit of a distance there. There's not a wall, but it's a distance. So I don't know if you heard me talk about Angela, how she has like that field way between. Yours isn't quite as big as hers, but wham, exactly. Yeah, you have a pretty good distance there. So again, trauma response. So that tells me that you've learned to keep people at a pretty good distance until you trust their energy. You're really empathic, aren't you? Like you're super empathic because you keep that green very square. You keep that pink very round. It tells me you're very structured with things. But the fact that you have that distance, it tells me that you've learned very quickly to keep people at an arm's length. So that neon green, that is one of those colors that it's a little bit brighter than lime. So part of the reason you've had to learn to keep people at a distance is from the green, the other part's from the pink. The green is because you have this natural ability to just know who needs help. You can see the damaged parts of people very quickly. Like you see the damaged parts of people like that. You can see it. You can smell it. I think it's an interesting sense. It's not quite seeing it. It's like, it's interesting. You have an interesting clair. I don't know why I feel like you smell it. Like people that are very damaged, like you can smell it. Yeah. I don't remember which clair that is. It's the rarest one to have. But that green, being that you keep it very structured, very square, tells me that you have to be very careful about who you approach that has that smell to them. Because in getting next to them, you soak that up. You soak up some of their damage. So people that get around you, they're allowed to be in your bubble. They walk away healed because you take some of it from them. The pink aspect is very interesting because neon pink is not so much a peacemaker color as it is a color of sometimes it can really be inaction. It's not action, it's more like inaction because that empathic aspect of yourself, you get to the point where it gets overwhelming and you can't people, you can't world. And I'm using world as a verb. You just can't world right now. So you tend to shut yourself off, hence the round, the circle. You shut yourself off with it. Like, this is my bubble. You're not allowed in it. So while I love that you're an 80s neon rave there, I hate that trauma response has made you have those shapes and that distance to your aura. There you go. So it's just, you need to learn to control it, to put some protections in place, because the world needs more people that are able to see and heal the damage in other people. It's easy to see, it's easy to heal, but having both of those is it's unique. It's unique. So yeah. Okay, let's clear some auras. Yeah. Let me take my ring off here. All right, ready? We're going to do this first. So, and then I'll clear. So just for a second. And then I've got Elizabeth, April, Tara, Candace, Abra, Chelsea, Shannon, Tara, Rebecca, and Katie. Okay. So all of your negative shit goes right here. I need to put a little target in my hand. So I will be doing a full Reiki session at 10:30 tonight. So I'm trying to get through my list really quickly so I can at least pee between my lives. Okay. All of your negative shit goes right here, guys. Okay. I'm just going to do one pass. So if you want it gone, you need to get it in there. Okay. And then I'll clear auras, and then I have Elizabeth. Okay. Elizabeth, are you here, love? All right. So deep breath in and out, guys. All of your negative goes right there. Okay. All right, guys. So Miss Elizabeth and Miss April, where are you guys at? You're welcome, sweetheart. So Elizabeth, April, and Tara F. There you go. Hi, love. How are you, Miss Elizabeth? Oh my God, your profile picture is funny. I love me some SpongeBob. Well, all right. So, Miss Elizabeth, you are like a ball of ocean water. You know, when you look at those pictures, like where people are taking underwater photography and they're looking up, and so there's all these turquoises and blues and whites and a little bit of greens and things like that. I have one hair. I can see it. Oh, there it is. Caught it. Like I can see it right here. It's driving up the wall. So it's just like this. It's just this beautiful ball of ocean water. Like that's all I can say. A lot of turquoise, a lot of shades of turquoise, which tells me that not only are you healing from some very, very deep emotional, spiritual, I think the mental part you've already started to clear. You've started to get past, like you can wrap your head around it, but it's the rest of it that you're healing from. So it's emotional and spiritual. And why do I keep doing this? Why are you that? Do you do this all the time? Like, I don't know what it is, but I keep feeling like I have to touch my face or itch my face or whatever. But there's a lot of healing there, a lot of healing, a lot of processing through things, a lot of, like I said, you're wrapping your head around it, but getting over it emotionally and spiritually. Like it left some pretty deep scars in there that you're still rolling through. You do that. Okay. I'm like, because I keep wanting to do this and it's not a thing for me. And so I'm like, why do I feel like I keep having to do that? But it's very, very interesting in the way that you're processing, because in the way that you're processing them, you're doing it. I don't know how you're doing it, but it's wonderful because it's turning this damage into peace. It's turning the damage into calm. It's turning the damage into beautiful aspects instead of putting up walls, instead of protection, instead of keeping people out. So I love that you're using this damage to be constructive with it. I love it. Like the way you're processing through it it's fabulous. It's fabulous. Congratulations. The white in there tells me that you're also learning. You're learning, A, to not let that damage happen again. B, you're learning your lessons from it. C, you're learning. And when I say lessons, I mean physical in this life right now. You're also learning your lessons soul wise. It's like, some of that shit had to happen for a reason. And you know that without that happening, without that reason, without that damage, it wouldn't put you where you're at right now. And you know that you're on the path you're supposed to be on. So it tells me that your soul's been around the block more than a few times. You probably were going around the block before they put the street signs up. So your soul is really processing through a lot of things this time on a very, very deep level. And I love that you said you're using your pain to help the people around you. I love that. I really, really love that, because not a lot of people do. So keep doing exactly what you're doing, sweetheart. All of it. Keep doing all of it. What you're doing right now. I love it. The world needs more of that. So that makes me very happy. It should make you wonderfully happy as well. Okay. Miss April D, where are you at? So I have April D, Tara F, and Candace. And I know I saw Tara pop up with her cute little happy face. Who do I have last on my list? I have Katie last on my list. So, oh, you're welcome. I hope it was a good cry. Sasshole. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh, look how cute you are. Well, all right. So what's interesting is your colors hit me. You're two people. You had colors that Kathleen, okay. It's 9:30. I got an hour. Yeah, I think I can do this and still have time to pee. What I love is that you have this like bright yellow and bright pink hit, and your yellow is like this, and your pink is a little. It's almost like you see the almost like teardrop shape, but the yellow is very bright, like almost white, and then you have this beautiful pink color, and it's like this kind of baby pink color. We're going to talk about that, and then I want to talk about what's behind it. This is because you're two different people. You put this face out to the world that everything is hunky-dory. Everything you have, you're this life of this party, this beautiful, amazing, bright soul that, and this is who you are. Like, don't think it's not, okay? Because you are both of these people. You're this amazingly bright soul that always seems to know exactly what to say, what to do, etc. You just have this amazing, it's life of the party energy, but it's calm at the same time. It's like that person at the party that's like kind of effortlessly cool and they're chill and you want to be around them instead of like really being around the person working the keg in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of, everybody gravitates towards that energy. That pink also, it's very peaceful. Like you just do not like conflict at all. Not going to have it around you. But the thing is, like, you'll just up and disappear. You're that pink color that will up and disappear. And people will be looking around and going, wait, where did she go? But those two right there sit on top. And like I said, you're two different people. Because behind that is this steel gray color. Not metallic, it's just gray. So gray in general is a very neutral color. It's a very pensive color. It's a very introspective color. It can kind of be not cold, but very logical in looking at things. There we go. I couldn't words for a minute. It's very, very logical in looking at things. One of the things that I love about it is that you do tend to look at things logically. The reason I said you're two different people is because you have your outward person self that you put out, and then you have your inner self. You spend a lot more time with your inner self than you do with your outward self. And I think that's been a recent thing, like within the last year or so, because I don't think you always used to spend a lot of time as introspective as you are right now. So it's very, very interesting. And I think that, yeah, an extrovert and introvert. Exactly. I think that it wears you out having to put out the yellow and the pink anymore. I think it just wears you out, and you're happier when you can be the gray part. That's your chill. That's your happy mode. So I'm curious how close I was on that, guys. I always love when I get some feedback on how close I am on you and everything else. And thank you for letting me read you, Miss April. So, all right, Tara, my Tara F happy face. That's what I associate with you because I see your little thing on here all the time, like Tara face, happy face. Tara face, happy face. So I have Tara, Candace, Abra, Chelsea, Shannon, the other Tara M, and then Candace. Yeah, I gotcha. All right. All righty, girl. You're kind of an interesting array of colors there. You kind of had a whole bunch hit me too. You hit me with an orange, and then you hit me with a white, and then you hit me with a brown. So it's interesting. The orange itself is kind of I don't know that it's really orange. Maybe it's more of a peach color, but it's still pretty orangey. So I'm gonna lean more toward orange. But first yawn. Woo! All right, so that color in general, it's kind of a mix. Oh, okay. I had to wrap my brain around for a minute. That color in general is one that you're trying to find a peaceful solution, creative, peaceful solution to some bullshit going on around you. That's okay. It took me a second. I'm like, why is that color? Because it's literally two colors at the same time. So I'm not sure if this is family drama, if it's whatever it is, you're trying to find a peaceful situation ender, because you're kind of tired of it. You're not really right there in the middle of it, but it's starting to pull you in the middle of it, and you're just not about that. The white behind it tells me that you've got something interesting you've been learning lately, and not just, I'm trying to think of the right words, because it's not so much falling down the rabbit hole. Ooh, second yawn already. What the hell? It's like you're carving the rabbit hole. There we go. Like, I couldn't words it for a minute. It's like you're carving the rabbit hole. So I love that. I'm kind of curious what this is that it's like you're having to get all of these things together to carve the rabbit hole that you want to go down. So I don't know if it's just there's not a term for it, or if you don't know the term, or I don't know what it is, but it's really, really interesting. I keep losing my train of thought when I'm focusing on your energy. So what's up with that? Because I mean, literally, like, I keep losing my train of thought. So I don't know if you've got some headaches lately, if you've got brain fog, if you're having problems concentrating, whatever it is, but like, it's throwing me off like really bad. So what's up with that? What's up with that? But what I like about it is that I love the innovative aspect of trying to all of that. Yeah. Like physically, all of that. Do you get migraines? Because it's like overwhelming. It's like overwhelming. So that's what I'd be curious about. And if you get migraines, do they know what the cause of them is? Have you been having it checked out? Because if not, I would absolutely get it kind of checked out a little bit, because it hit me pretty hard and it went across my face like that. Like, I can actually feel it in the tip of my nose. It's really weird. Like, it goes like this. And it radiated all the way down into my teeth and my jaw. So Sweet Pea, you absolutely need to make sure they monitor that. They keep that checked. Okay. As far as your aura goes, I want to know what this rabbit hole is, because you're actually gotcha. Okay. That makes sense, because that's where, like, it went across here, across my jaw. Okay. Gotcha. Just keep an eye on it. Okay. Just keep an eye on it, because that's overwhelming and that's irritating. I am so sorry, sweetheart. Like, been there, done that. I'm sorry. I'm dying to know what this rabbit hole is you're carving, because it's really cool. It's really cool. So make sure you keep that checked. Okay. Miss Candace, where are you at? I need to get on the ball, because it's 9:39. I need to get my ass in gear. I'm sure April's like, come on. Quit talking. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I will say, with headaches, I've had migraines for a very long time. Peppermint oil will help. Just holding the bottle and kind of sniffing it. Sometimes it's gotten so bad, like the nausea and stuff, I'll put a tiny bit here, because that'll help kind of drift up to your nose, or I'll put it on here and let it kind of drift up. It'll help open some of that up. Just be careful though, because my dumb ass has put it on my fingers and not thought about it. And then later I'm like, boop, right in my eye. So I don't recommend that, or putting it here. I didn't mean to, you know what I mean? I don't recommend that at all. So be careful. Okay. But peppermint oil will help, babe. Okay. Miss Candace, look how cute your little picture is. I love you guys all have these cute pictures. I'm like, you guys are so fucking cute. Woo, okay. You're almost like a piece of labradorite. So Miss Candace. Oh, the brown. You're really trying to ground yourself. See, I got off track. Let me finish the brown, and then I got you, Miss Labradorite. The brown, it's kind of a deep goldeny chocolate. I don't know how to explain it, but you're really trying to ground yourself in who you are, which after getting the headache aspect, I can absolutely understand why that color is there now with those other two colors, because it doesn't really match as much. Oh no, don't be sorry, sweetheart. It happens, trust me. But it tells me you're really trying to ground yourself. So, after getting that headache and that fog, woo, third one, I can see why. I can see why you're trying to ground yourself, because that's very, very disorienting in a way. Not in a way, it just is. It's disorienting. So I'm really sorry, sweetheart. But grounding yourself is going to help you tremendously in moving forward. Work on some breath work on calming yourself down and so on. One of the things that I've really been working on lately is breath work. And when I feel anxiety or I feel myself getting overwhelmed or whatever it is, I kind of do something specific, and but I've got it to where I've got my heart rate down really low, not quite professional athlete low, but I've got it down really low, and it makes me really happy because I can kind of calm symptoms just with breath work. And I love that. So I would highly recommend looking into that. It will help you tremendously. Okay, Miss Candace, Miss Labradorite. Literally, you look like a piece of Labradorite. You have this beautiful kind of silvery, dusty silver color. And you have a little bit of lavender in there. You're so welcome, sweetheart. And then you have a little bit of almost like a metallic blue, but it's a little bitty swatch that runs through there. So that silvery color in general, you are super connected with the moon and the night and so on, which is funny because I think that it's a place spiritually you're comfortable, but physically you don't like the dark. Probably because you know what dwells in it. But the silver color in general tells me that you're also very connected with your own gifts. So I don't know if that's something you're actively working on right now, or if you are really trying to amplify something or move forward with something new. I'm not sure what it is, but silver is a beautiful color. It tells me that you have some amazing gifts in there. That beautiful, see, yeah. Most people that I'm like, you have a very firm connection with the dark. It doesn't mean that you like being in the dark. Like, I have a firm connection with it as well, but I don't like being there because I know what's in there. So that lavendery color, I don't know if you heard me talk about it before, but lavender is just a beautiful, nostalgic, sentimental color. And I think with yours, it's more sentimental than it is nostalgic. Probably because you appreciate things a lot more in knowing what's in the dark. Some people don't want to know, they don't want to look, and they just gloss over it. And so they don't appreciate what's actually in the light as much as they should. So that lavender there, it tells me you're very, very sentimental, that you hold on to weird, random little tiny things that, 10 years down the road, somebody's like, why the hell do you still have that? It's like, oh, well, it's from blah, 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 blah. Like, you can name exactly where you got everything. So I love that, sweetie. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for that, because I'm sorry that the world has tainted them, that they don't feel like they can be sentimental. I am a very sentimental person. So I have a piece of blue foam that my kid gave me like 2 years ago because it reminded my kid of my hair, and they picked it up somewhere, and it's literally a ripped piece of foam. It's in my purse. It's been in my purse for 2 years. I can't throw it away. It's funny. But the blue you have in there, it's a very, very, number 4. Y'all better be taking shots of water. It's a very, very beautiful, almost like somebody took a paintbrush and just painted it in there. But it's kind of a neon-y sky blue. I don't know. It's really bright. Like, it stands out against that dusty silver color. That's your inner peace, sweetheart. That's your inner peace. Like, you're finding it, absolutely finding it. And it's there, it's there. And every now and then you grab hold of it really, really tightly, but you're working on your spiritual self. You're working on your gifts, and you're working on other aspects of yourself. So a lot of times you don't, 5 already. You don't see that inner peace. It's there. You've got it. Like, you've already found a lot of it. It's there. It's just you've got to not look so hard that you forget. Does that make sense? Like not look so hard psychically that you forget that you have inner peace. You already have some of it there. Yay, that makes me happy. You've already got it. You've already got it. You found a lot of it. You found the path that gets you there. So just keep working on that path, sweetheart. Well, good. I'm glad. That makes me happy. So, all right, Miss Abracadabra. So, Abra, Chelsea, Shannon, Tara, M, Rebecca, Katie, and Kathleen. You're so welcome, Candace Love. Thank you for letting me read you. Like, yeah, you literally look like my Labradorite bracelet. Like, well, you're a little darker silver than that, but yeah, you look like a piece of Labradorite. Miss Abra. I saw you up there. There you are. Hi, sweet pea. Woo. Okay. What you been working on, Miss Abracadabra? Because when I pull you up, you are all deep earth tones. You are this beautiful, almost like dark chocolate brown color and a beautiful forest green. Like you're one of the darker ones I've had this evening, but in a good way because it's all earthy. And then, yeah, it's just beautiful. Oh my God. It's almost like camouflage in a way, but it tells me that, hi, Gloria, sweetheart, that you've really, really been working on grounding yourself this evening, today, lately. But it's really intense tonight. It's really bright and intense tonight. So I don't know if you had a hard day or what it is, and you're trying to kind of calm down and ground again. But that green is, it's just this deep, deep emeraldy forest green. It's almost got a blue tint to it. You know what I'm talking about? Like when something is so deep emeraldy forest color that it almost looks blue. That's kind of what it looks like. While that's a very natural color, it's also a very analytical color. So it tells me that you've had a hard few days, haven't you? You've really had a hard few days, because usually when I see that color too, it makes me think that you're overthinking stuff. So you're going back through with things that have happened and you're picking everything apart and overthinking everything and trying to process and ground. And then you've got that dark brown in there that's your grounding. That's your grounding. But you're trying too hard, sweetheart. Yes, guys, you can try too hard to be grounded. In processing all that, you're going to have to decide if you're going to over process or if you're going to over ground, because both of them are clashing with each other. Like they're butting heads like two fucking rams. But what I really, really love is that you're working so hard on grounding yourself. So I would say to give yourself here, let me do this. Not for you to do it. I'm just going to tell you, okay? Your spiritual advisor is telling you to give yourself a break for the rest of the evening on overthinking. Okay? Your spiritual advisor said to just go sit and breathe and ground and do not be overthinking things, okay? Because that's kind of it's keeping you, it's making you try to ground so hard that you're overwhelming yourself, okay? So go relax, go chill, go hang out for a few minutes, come back, get a Reiki session. Because I think it would do you really good. So if you're around in a little bit, Abra, if you're not going to bed anytime soon or whatever, then please come back and it would be good for you. It will help you clear out some of that overthinking, and it will help you. Okay. So Miss Chelsea, where are you at, sweetheart? And then I have Shannon and Tara M. Yeah, I had to close my list, guys. I got overwhelmed pretty quickly. Good, Miss Abra. All right, Miss Valkyrie. Are you Chelsea or Shannon? There we go. You're so welcome, sweetheart. Chelsea, gotcha. Well, thanks a lot, Chelsea. You made me want candy now. So here's what's really interesting. You allowed me to see the inner part first and then showed me the shell. Because most people show me the shell first and then the interior, but you let me see the interior first, then the shell. The interior is is cotton candy. Like that's the only way I can ever explain it when I see these colors together, because that's what it makes me think of. You know, at the fair when you see cotton candy and it's like the pink and like that light pink and that lavendery purple and the baby blue together, like it just makes my mouth water thinking about it because I want cotton candy now. But that's all I can think about. But so you have those colors, but what's interesting is they lay in a disc, like a flat disc. It was really interesting. So instead of being up here in my face, it's like I had to look like that. They lay in a flat disc here. And then your shell that you have, see, here's the other thing. Here's the other candy part. It totally looks like a hot tamale candy. Like you have this shell that goes over it. So you're kind of two people as well. But so let's start with the hot tamale with the candy, and then we'll talk about the disc in there. You really put out this over the top extroverted self to everybody around you. You kind of force yourself out of your comfort zone a lot in talking to people. I don't know if this is because of your job, if this is just because you've decided to be out of your comfort zone. I don't know what it is, but you really, really force yourself out of your comfort zone, and you force yourself to be you, to be who you are. The outer you, let's say that, the outer you force yourself to be the outer you. It's like you have to have, I keep hearing the word robotic and it's weird. So I don't know. It's like, it's literally like you flip a switch and you are now on. You're this person, you have to be this. But what's funny, when you turn that switch off, it's like I see you do this, like, oh my fucking God. So just like if you had an Android and you turned it on and it was like, blah, 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 and you turn it off and it just does this, like you're just exhausted by having to be that red, always on, always action, action, go, go, go person. So, and what sucks is people are expecting that of you all the time now, and you don't want to be that all the time. Okay. Let's talk about the disc under there, because it's a very interesting shape. Like I'm kind of fascinated with that. So I don't know how long you've been listening, if you've heard what those colors mean, but that beautiful pink color is a very wonderful peacemaker color. It's very calm. It's very serene. It's very happy. It's just lets everybody get along. You leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. We'll all be peaceful. That lavender color it's very nostalgic. It's very sentimental. But it also isn't, for some reason, it, with you in particular, it's very conductive of inner child issues and work. The blue is very calm. Like you like things calm. That's why you have such a problem being the red person, the go, go, go action all the time. That's why you get exhausted in being that person. So I love that. I love that you push yourself out of your comfort zone, but at the same time, sweetheart, you're going to have to find a way to balance more, because because it's a disc shape and it sits flat, it tells me that the red part of you is really starting to press on that. So it's just compounding all those colors together. Like if you took cotton candy and squished it, it makes like that bar that you just have to like melt in your mouth for hours. That's kind of what it's getting to. So you're going to have to really let that fluff back up. You need to disconnect. Like you need to disconnect. So your next day off of being red, you need to find a way to physically disconnect, whether that's taking a drive, gotcha. Yeah, sweetheart, you need to get a break. You need a break because you need to let those colors fluff back up a little bit. They're getting too compressed. That makes absolute sense. I had 4 kids and Sweet Pea. Yeah, I understand. You get so crushed under that weight of do for everybody else that you just can't. You just can't. So, yeah, disconnect, sweetheart. Find a way to disconnect. Okay. All right, Miss Shannon. So I have Shannon, Tara, Rebecca, Katie, and Kathleen, and I've got to get you guys done really quickly because, yeah. Oh, yeah, you need to disconnect, sweetheart. Yeah. Yay, Miss Shannon. I love it. She's like, it's me. Well, there you are. You are so welcome, sweetheart. All right, Miss Shannon, you are just this beautiful, bubbly. It's like this kind of bright, medium green color, and it's almost a light yellow. Not, I always want to say canary, but it's not. Canary is not a light yellow, but it's this beautiful. What color would you call it? Like it's white and yellow together, but not super white. Does that make sense? So, I mean, it's still yellow. It's still pretty bright, but it's lighter than like the medium yellow. Okay, I digress. So, I digress. Quit describing colors. But it's like these beautiful swatches of green, but this one big, almost elongated football shape of yellow in the middle. And then all these big old beautiful swatches of green, this bright green everywhere. So, oh God, Sweet Pea, you have just such a beautiful energy. So you and Chelsea, you need to go hang out with Chelsea because she needs your energy, because those colors together tell me that not only are you a natural healer, but you're a unique natural healer in that yellow is a learning and life of the party and always trying to be happy and see the good side of things. But that green is a more outward healing. It's not so much inner healing. It's an outward healing. So when you come up across people, you instantly can see what's going on with them. You are that person that you kind of always know the right thing to say, whether it's to make them laugh, whether it's to make them feel better, whatever. But you can see right through to them what needs to be healed. It's like you read their spiritual body language very well. And so just in being around you, it kind of heals people, whether they like it or not. It kind of heals them a little bit. But what is really cool about that is that you just know what to do. You don't even have to sit and try to read them or pinpoint or whatever. It's like when they come up next to you, you're just like, okay, I see where some damage is there. So now I'm going to be funny. Like your brain just processes it like that. You don't even think about it. It just happens. So you've always been this way. You've always had this ability. I think that you do get overwhelmed very easy just because you always are on for everybody else. So you do get overwhelmed after a while. If you have to people too much, you get overwhelmed and you have to disconnect. But I wouldn't quite call you an energy well, but almost. You have more natural energy than you can use, but not to the point that you have to give it away or you're going to explode. Does that make sense? You like to give it away, but you also like to store a little bit for later. So I totally get that. I totally get it. Sunlight yellow is pretty close. It's really, really close. Yeah. So, all right, Miss Tara M. So Tara, Rebecca, Katie, and Kathleen. So Miss Tara, where are you at, love? Well, hi, Mr. Hawaii. How are you? So Tara, Rebecca, are you here? And then Katie and Kathleen. So whoever pops in first, I need to get to you guys so I have a chance to go pee. All right, Miss Rebecca, we're going to do you really quick. Yeah, I'll bet you do. I'll bet you taking way, way, way too much, sweetheart. I'm sorry, I'm moving the camera everywhere. Sorry. All right. Miss Rebecca. Oh, you got a wall. Okay. Well, Miss Rebecca, you have a wall, but it's for a purpose. Okay, I get it. I mean, not that walls are not for a purpose, okay, but you are just a natural protective soul. You're a natural protector. So, like I said, when I was like, "Oh God, you got a wall," it's like I got hit with this kind of bright cobalt blue, but it literally was like whoosh right off the bat. It wasn't pushing me away, but it was just like a wall right off the bat. So it tells me you're naturally protective of yourself, very, very protective of yourself. I would bet you are that person that you probably will make plans and then not keep them. Like, as you get to thinking about it, you're like, why did I say I was going to do that? Like, that's overwhelming. I don't want to be around those people. I want to be around this person because they triggered this in me and blah, 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 blah. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have some really interesting social anxiety because of this. But behind that bright cobalty color is more blue. It's just like all these shades of blue. So blue in general is a very loyal color. It's very trustworthy. It's very calming. Like I said, some of the colors can be kind of cold. They can be aloof a little bit, but it's also a very, very protective color. So you're really striving for a lot of protecting your own calm and peace. And I think people lately have been taking that as you being kind of cold or not caring or anything. It has nothing to do with that. It's that you just don't want to deal with their bullshit anymore. I totally understand that. I totally understand that. So you've turned that blue aspect on and said, I'm not doing this bullshit with you guys anymore. So good for you. Good for you. Because the world will absolutely take advantage of natural protectors. People that are broken, that are very, very needy, it's like a fucking beacon. So you have to put those boundaries in place. Because if you don't put those boundaries in place, you get overwhelmed very, very quickly. So, all right, Miss Katie, are you here? So I have Katie and then Kathleen. Kathy, I know you're here, so let's do you real quick. How about that? Let's do you real quick, and then if Katie and Tara pop in, I'll get them really quick. I hate this because I'm always like trying to tap on the picture, and then I have to get my fat thumb in there. Really, really weird. Okay. You are so welcome, sweetheart. Don't ever worry about being protective of yourself, okay? Because you can't protect other people. You can't be that calming influence on other people if you are so deplenished, so just that you can't function. So put those boundaries up. It's all right. So, Miss Kathleen, what's funny is when I see your two colors together, it makes me want candy too, but I can't think of what candy it would be. It's like a super, super bright yellow and a super bright pink. And they're kind of like, it's like if you took big bubbles and they like bounce together, but they don't merge. They just kind of like, they don't pop either. I'm trying to think of the best way. It's like they kind of just do this together. It's kind of like in a lava lamp, when you have bubbles and they do that together. They don't mesh, they don't melt together, but they still keep their boundaries. But that's exactly what you are. Sherbert, yes. Now I want sherbet. And I can DoorDash ice cream. Shit. I'm in trouble. You just got me in trouble, Kathy. Thanks. Yes, yes, that's what it is. That Trix yogurt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like a swirl. Yes, that's it. That's exactly what it's like. I was like, I know it's something like sugary that now I want, but it's like this bright yellow and this bright pink. So, what I love about it is, I mean, I've kind of gone through what those colors mean, but with you, it's kind of interesting in that you are absolutely that soul that you will jump in a conversation, you will do whatever, say whatever, if you feel like, and this is going to sound bad when I say it, but it's absolutely not. If you feel like you can help, you're a natural helper, a natural fixer. Like you have this need to help, to fix, to input, to, it's not to change, it's not to be overbearing, it's not to like it's not to be a dick. You know, like some people are dicks about it, you know what I mean? But yours is just, you naturally want to help. You naturally want to help. And so I think sometimes it comes across as you're inputting your stuff where it doesn't belong or whatever, but that's not it at all. That's not your intention at all. Your intention is just, you're very generous. Like you're very generous and you just want to help. Like you just want to help. And you want to do it in an uplifting way. And those people that are like super down and like, ugh, like I would bet they get very tired of your energy, because I would also bet you've got asked repeatedly, like, I don't know how you can be so happy all the time, or I don't know how you can be, you know, all upbeat about this right now or whatever. But I love it. The world needs more people like that. The world needs more people to pull the people out of their bullshit. So, and I know that those colors also come with a lot of overthinking. So when people say anything to you about it, you overthink about it for years and wonder, am I really being that way? Am I really being this way? So, and I know this is easier said than done, sweetie, but don't overthink it, honey. Don't overthink it. That's their own baggage that makes them say that and makes them think that way. So try to let it go, because it's not you. Okay. The world needs more people like you that are natural fixers, that are naturally happy. So, well, yay. I'm glad that I'm spot on there. That always makes me happy. So I love that. I love that about you. You have an awesome energy. And yes, now I want Trix yogurt. And I don't even like yogurt. I don't even like yogurt. But that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I know it's like a candy. It's like something sugary. So I love it. I love it. I love that you stuck in there, Kathy. Did Katie or Tara ever come in? Are you guys here? Oh, thank you. I don't take compliments well. This is my shadow work. Like I want to duck off the camera if someone says something nice to me. I'm like, no, 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 no. So on that note, let's deflect. If you guys, so every Thursday night I do aura readings. I've got to plan out my next few Thursdays. So every Thursday I'm on here. If you guys want to get on the list for next week already, all you got to do is message the website and my awesome assistant April there. You guys follow my moderators, give them some love because they're fantabulous. April is an amazing Bodhi Wrangler. But they can get you on the list. So that way when you pop in, it's like you get in there first, you cut in line, whatever. Good. I'm so glad, Kathy. That makes me happy. That makes me happy, love. Because I know that really, I know you beat yourself up for that a lot. If you guys are not on my mailing list, we have some absolutely amazing Black Friday weekend specials and Cyber Monday specials coming up. I will send the email back out here in just a second. If you go to the website and there's a pop-up, you can put in your information. But I will send that back out. I have a very small number of limited edition gift boxes. I have a Lunar Magic, a Golden Healer, and the Blue Raven. And if you guys have not ever heard about my Blue Raven, so the Blue Raven is a shamanic tea, but this particular box has tea, incense. There's 3 different sizes of it. The biggest one has a shamanic bone ward totem in it. Actual bones. They are all ethically sourced. They are not like, I didn't go kill an animal. But anyway, that will all go live at midnight. I have 30 new things that will be live at midnight just for the weekend. So some of them have very limited numbers. Like if you guys would like me to choose, I have a whole bunch of pie stones that are going to be on the site. We have crystal rollers, like the roller sigil roller is actually a stone. Like I just can't fucking wait. I can't fucking wait. So anyway, get on the mailing list, etc. And oh, I love that. Thank you so much. I love that. But yep, Reiki session will start at 10:30. Full hour and a half Reiki session, guys. Please come join me. Please, please, please come join me. So in the meantime, I'm going to get off here and go pee, get something else to drink, probably dance around just a little bit, and